And Hold- one momento, puppy. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition of the KSL, the Korean Starcraft League, week number 17. I'm of course your host, Live VIP, and with me, I'm very cold. it's a very cold day today. Oh my god, very cold morning here in Australia. I had to put on some extra layers. I'm freezing, not gonna lie. Oh god, but I hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is enjoying their weekend. Hope everyone had a great night as well watching Home Story Cup. Day 1 of Home Story Cup is in the books, and I can't wait. I can't wait for day number 2, which will be later on this evening, later on tonight. But before then, of course, we have the KSL, and exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is looking a little bit more sparse compared to what we're used to, which is a little bit of a shame. Let's have a look together. I apologize for the late start, and I also apologize that we currently don't actually have a game right now. We have just had a couple of delays, and we don't actually have a game quite yet either because players are missing. Actually, a player may have just shown up, slipping into some DMs. Beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, if we have a look at the bracket, we have Jeshi versus Miyamaika. Miyamaika's missing, so that match hasn't quite started yet. We have, of course, Special going up against Black. That has begun. I believe that's being casted over on Dave Tester's channel, so that series is ongoing. We have Triple H or Triple versus Future. Future is missing, so that hasn't quite. I think both Future and Triple are actually missing there. Classic versus Just Cry, which did also just begin, and that's being covered by Chicken Man. We've got Nice versus Lemon. Lemon is MIA. We got Nightmare versus Buckershot, which I believe did begin. Wait, Buckstar Shot. There we go. That did begin. That did begin. And then we have Cyan versus Hupsaiya, and Hupsaiya did just show up. So I think that's what we're left with. Initially, because Dave is casting Special and Chicken Man is casting Classic. And there aren't that many English casters here today because I know Steadfast was covering Home Story Cup last night. So I wanted to try and split up. I was like, you know what, I'll wait for whoever shows up first, and it looks like it is going to be a PvP between a Cyan and Hupsaiya. So that is going to be what is before us. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's a bit of a lighter turnout today, and I wasn't quite expecting that because I don't know if you know anything about Home Story Cup, but there aren't actually a lot of Koreans in that event. There's 2. There's Solo and Gumiho, and that's it. There weren't a lot of Korean invites, so I assumed that the Korean players would be available and would be keen to play in KSL today. But it's very possible, and I'm a little bit guilty of this as well. It's very possible that they ruined their sleep schedules. They stayed up. They stayed up and they were watching Home Story Cup until like 7 a.m. this morning, and then they went to bed. It's very possible. It's very possible that they all stayed up for it, or a lot of them did, and as a result, the majority of them aren't here. They aren't going to be competing tonight. You know, players like Hero, Creator, obviously Gumio isn't quite here, but Hero, Creator, they come to mind. Ragnarok, DRG, Su. So yeah, as a result, they won't be here to reprise their roles. We do have Dark, of course, waiting in the second round. So we have a couple of the top Koreans, like Dark and Classic and Nightmare. Those are really the only that come to mind. Oh boy, so yeah, it's going to be quite a different KSL this week. Quite a different one. And yeah, it does mean that it kind of leaves things open here for potential, I don't know if I would say upsets, but like deeper runs by some of these other players. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to how deep these players can go and how far they can run. So keep your eye on them. As oh, I think we just got a walkover, and yeah, Jeshi is going to be facing off against Dark. I would actually love to cast that series, but I'm already committed. I'm already here. I'm already here in this PvP. We gotta play it out until the end. So yeah, as you can see, our first series is going to be this PvP between Cyan and Hupsaiya. We'll do need to get that ready, and we can get this underway. Hup, hup. Beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, I hope everyone has been enjoying themselves as well. Hope everyone has been supporting Home Story Cup as best they can. I think my favorite thing so far about Home Story Cup is that they have ducks. They have a duck pond. Not real ducks, unfortunately. They have rubber ducks or plastic ducks, but they're all very cute. And yeah, that's like one of the very first things I noticed when they went live. And we've been pestering some of the behind-the-scenes production team for pictures of the ducks. And we've been getting some. It's really sick. Quack, Poppy, quack. You love it to see it. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of altitude, we have the Chinese Protoss player representing the Starving Camels SSLT. It is Cyan. I missed it. Canuck, por favor. It's okay. Yesterday was merely day one. There's still 2 more days of Home Story Cup. 2 more days. The spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have... I almost said the American. Hup, is he Canadian? I keep forgetting. He's either Canadian or American. Let me just double check. We have the American Protoss player representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is Hupsaiya. The Canuck was distracting me. I was very confused. Oh god, but here we go. The PvP, the regions will clash. We have these players in the first round. You'll love to see it. Feels good, man. Feels good. Ooh, and our PvP is actually going to be taking place here on altitude of all maps. Bit of a larger map. Both players are setting up for a gate expand as well. Hupsaiya has a bit of a cheesy, aggressive reputation. Is a bit of a streamer, and again is known for just being constantly in your face, so I do expect him to be whipping out something a little bit different, but that's why I'm honestly a little bit surprised that it's a Stargate, or sorry, it's a gate expand. We love to see it. So standard macro openers here from both of our players as Zealots are on the way. Both players are doing the best they can to be as annoying as possible, and ooh, Hupsaiya almost does lose a probe across the map. Has to be careful here. 1 shot away from going down. The pylon will finish. Likewise, across the map, pylon is on the way. And with the completion of this pylon from Hupsaiya, he can throw down a cybercore as well, just to delay that Nexus a little bit further. It is a little bit more old school, but definitely possible here for the American Protoss. Across the map, Cyan does cancel his own pylon. Doesn't let it finish, doesn't commit, and shows the cybercore. Up, 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 up. There it is. And there's that cybercore. So again, Cyan is going to be forced to stay on one base a little bit longer. Is going to be forced to maybe even throw down his tech a little bit faster as well. Speaking of, Hupsaiya is the first player to throw down his Stargate. And looking at the vision of Cyan, he was unable to see that tech before it was thrown down. So the aggression from Hupsaiya is going to be real. Oracle is going to be on the way. And Cyan has been refusing to throw down his own Stargate. He throws down a second gateway first instead. Oh, you have my attention. We have a gate Twilight Council before Nexus. Of course, Nexus is still on the way, but yeah, Cyan is going to be committing to a more ground-oriented army. And he even does shut down this first Zealot across the map. The Oracle is on the way. I believe it just now started, so it still takes quite some time to move out across the map. And this scout is going to be important for Cyan. He still doesn't know what Hupsaiya is up to. He doesn't know about that Stargate. Doesn't know he has to be ready in his main for an Oracle. Not yet, anyway. And here we go. As he dips up the ramp, he does confirm the scout. He does spot that Stargate. Sees the Oracle on the way. Before that even happens, though, we can see damage is being done. Cyan almost snowballing out of control, but ooh, does lose one of those Stalkers. Oh, the miscontrol! Oh, the shield battery finishes up just in time and tops up the Stalkers. Hupsaiya is barely going to save both of these units and hold on to his natural. Across the map, Cyan is warping in defensively. No shield battery in the main base, which is a little bit concerning, but we do have 2 Stalkers in position. And they'll be able to fend off this Oracle, but oh, it is still looking for that damage. but now is forced back behind this. Twilight Council's on the way, second Oracle as well, so Hupsaiya will have that one-shot potential with those two Oracles, and he's slowly catching up in that blink. Cyan is going to have a stronger blink timing. I wouldn't be opposed to Cyan even throwing down additional gateways just to be active. Ooh, as the Oracle does get sniped in the middle of the map. Another Stalker as well. This is disastrous for Hupsaiya, losing almost everything. Did I say almost everything? I meant to say everything. 3 Stalkers and an Oracle go down for nothing. Oh, the efficiency from Cyan has just been a little bit too much. And this is disastrous because this Oracle was designed to attack with its partner, with its second Oracle. You know, with 2 beams together, a shield battery doesn't matter, Stalkers don't matter, you can one-shot workers, and alone, this is just really not too much of a threat at all. Cyan can handle this quite easily. Meanwhile, there are those 2 gateways that I was, I was asking for a little bit. With this, we have 4 gates of production available for Cyan. We've got a Forge for +1. Because of that Forge, I expect Cyan to still work towards a 3rd base. I don't expect this to be a 2-base all-in. But we'll see, because that's also a Robo on the way, and he can go for a Prism, he can Chrono out +1, and he can zoom across the map. We'll see how committed Cyan is going to be, as he is setting up for a 3rd. So it's all good, man. It's all good. Across the map, we'll see Hupsaiya just playing catch-up, really. At least has been able to keep up economically. Did have that faster Nexus, of course, and has been able to mine a little bit more for longer. So even though Hupsaiya has been losing more units, like, he's in still a pretty good economic position, and he should be going for a 3rd base momentarily as Cyan goes for his own. This Oracle, unfortunately, wasn't able to quite scout what was happening. Is going to try and go toe-to-toe with this Stalker, but yeah, a little bit ill-advised. Blink is too good, and the second Oracle goes down for Hupsaiya. Not getting any damage done here with his opener. A pretty disastrous start for Hupsaiya, all things considered. Like, it's not good, Bobby. It's not good. Oh. But his 3rd is on the way. He's building up that Stalker count as we speak. Sorry, I was yawning a little bit, but yeah. We'll see if he's going to be able to hold on to his 3rd base. The army does get spotted by this probe, so Hupsaiya is fully aware. He's repositioning, does blink on over towards this ramp. And he does have the concave, but he doesn't have the numbers. A bit of an anti-timing from Cyan. +1 finishes in 5 seconds, but the Immortal has arrived. The upgrade is going to kick in, and Cyan, oh yeah, he can just bully this all the way back. We have a shield battery on the high ground. We have an overcharge, but we're not going to be able to save the 3rd. 3rd base does go down. And yeah, Cyan, he can kind of have his way here. We do see Hupsaiya trying to do his best here to hold on to the natural base, but it's going to be a numbers game at this point. Again, he's at an upgrade deficit. Is forced off the overcharge as well, which will buy him some time. Don't get me wrong. Oh, has to be careful not to fight outside of range of said overcharge, though. As 1 Stalker did already go down earlier. Yeah, the overcharge has run out. The shield battery is out of energy as well. Cyan has been probing behind this, has taken that economic lead, and he can keep pushing from here. He takes down the Cybercore. With the death of the Cybercore, no more Stalkers can be warped in. Only Zealots. And GG, well played, gets called. Cyan will take game number 1. GG. Pretty solid game there out of Cyan. Unfortunately, Hupsaiya making a couple too many mistakes early on. Did kind of snowball. I did just give Cyan so much map vision. Sorry, so much map presence, so much map control. From there, Cyan did snowball out of control. There we go. We have our first game in the books. Meanwhile, do we have any other updates? It looks like we do. Looks like we do have some updates going on here as walkovers are ensuing. I think that walkover is not correct. But if you look at the bracket, apparently Lemon got a walkover over Nice. I think it's meant to be the other way around. Nice is here and he should be facing off against Classic. Jeshi is currently mid-series against Dark. And unfortunately, Future was walkovered as well. Walked over? Is that the correct? He walked all over him. Future didn't show either, so Bit of a feels bad, man. Bit of a feels bad. It does mean that I believe this tournament is going to be a little bit shorter than usual. A little bit shorter. We'll see. We'll see how fast the games will go. Base habit. I only know Hupsaiya because he added me as a friend and only to troll me and call me trash. Yeah, Hupsaiya, he's known for being a little bit of a a little bit bad-mannered. I think that's kind of what his stream is all about as well. Like, he has that kind of personality, which is a bit of a shame. Not as toxic as, you know, I don't know, someone like Avilo, for example, or some of the other people out there. But yeah, does have a bit of a reputation. But here we go. We're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have his opponents. We have the Chinese Protoss player representing the Starving Camels, Team SSLT. It is Cyan. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the American Protoss representing Psystorm Gaming. It is Hupsaiya. Let's go, bro. Let's go. And yeah, that was a pretty damn solid game out of Cyan. Obviously, I was mentioning Hupsaiya's personality earlier, but when it comes to his playstyle, again, I'm just really surprised by how standard he's been playing. Like, last game, there wasn't anything too crazy. He went for a gate expand into a Stargate opener, and we're looking to see something similar here again here in game number 2. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. I'm so used to seeing Hupsaiya like Cannon Rush or Proxy or Cannon Rush or Proxy, or go for 2 base all-ins. Like, that's kind of like what he's known for a little bit. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised that he's spreading his wings and learning how to fly here, playing more macro-oriented games. I appreciate it. As we do see gate expands being set up. Once again, we have the dance of the pylons. Both players going to be looking to delay each other's nexus for as long as possible. We saw how adverse Cyan was last game at taking a second gas and going into a Stargate. Likewise, Hupsaiya takes a second gas and should be looking to go for a faster Stargate once his pylon does finish. Cyan is not quite set up for that though, which again is really peculiar because this is such a standard reaction to go for a Stargate first if you get blocked. So again, Hupsaiya going for the quote-unquote correct response here. Cyan refusing to do so. No shot. Unnatural. Is he is. Is he going for the unnatural natural? He's going for it. Oh my god. Cyan. Papi. Ay. Across the map, we have a cyber core block as well. So this is a really risky move. Obviously, your mineral line is so much more exposed, but this can go unscattered for quite some time. It is unlikely for Hupsaiya to head over in this direction to figure out what's going on. Like, looking at the vision of Hupsaiya, his probe did die. He has a pylon here. The pylon isn't being killed. So for all Hupsaiya knows, it's a one base all in. Like, he may even overreact to what Cyan is doing. So we'll see how our red Protoss reacts to this opener here of Cyan. And oh, so the Adept does commit to the shade, does avoid that Stalker, and is looking to try and head out across the map. Cyan does fully wall off here, again trying to keep Hupsaiya in the dark. And is Hupsaiya gonna go over towards that third base location? That's the real question. So the first Oracle is on the way. Stalker showing up across the map as well. And we're going to be able to get a probe. We're going to be able to threaten this pylon as well. We force the Oracle to stay at home. Again, just keeping Hupsaiya in the dark. And with the power of this Oracle, we should be able to clean up these Stalkers. Or hopefully we don't lose the Oracle itself, as the Stalker does go down. As a Twilight Council for Blink. And we're even we're recalling over to the natural base. Let's go. As the Oracle should be heading in that direction momentarily. Hopefully. Stalkers of Cyan once again bullying back the army of Hupsaiya. Looking to pick off whatever he can. The Oracles looking to join forces, and they should be able to come across this base. Even though Hupsaiya doesn't know it's here, again, like, the pathing of these Oracles should lead him in that direction. Unless he's forced to turn back around, because things are getting out of hand. The shield battery isn't done. Uh-oh. It's not done. The force field is a little bit too late. The sentry will fall as well, and this is getting a bit out of hand once that force field does run out. But no, the shield battery does finish, and Cyan is forced back. Hupsaiya does hold. We have a Twilight Council behind this as well. The Oracles not quite headed in that direction. Ay, ay, ay. They head for the main base instead, where there is nothing here to defend. We have a shield battery, but a shield battery is not enough. Probes are falling left and right. Oh, this is a lot of economic damage done here to Cyan. He did have a massive worker lead, to be fair. But, oh god, this is, yeah, an overcharge isn't going to do anything either. 13 probes do go down. This makes up for the worker deficit that Hupsaiya did have. He was down quite a lot, and now he's up 6. Up 5 even, compared to what Cyan has. But Cyan has been mining more for longer, so it, again, even things up for the time being. It does give Hupsaiya a slight lead as we're getting into our Blink Stalkers. 3rd and 4th gateway are done. This is looking pretty similar to the last game from Cyan. You know, Hupsaiya just trying to catch up with his own Blink Stalker timing, catch up with his own production. Eventually head towards his own 3rd base, as Hupsaiya still hasn't seen this, and he's now going to be checking, now going to be heading in this direction. Is going to be coming across the Stalkers, and ooh, will lose one of his Oracles. Doesn't see the base. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, you know, whether it's the natural or not, it's just earlier he could have punished this base. That's the real thing, is he could have tried to hinder the economy in some way, shape, or form, especially with the depths. Like, there's no ramp, like, there's no way to stop a depths from shading in. You can abuse this so hard, so easily as well. But last Hupsaiya had no idea what was going on, and we do see Cyan moving out across the map. He has Blink, Hupsaiya does not. Oh, and Stalkers are falling left and right. Starving Camel, he's hungry, Papi, and there's just too much Protoss here. Blink finally kicks in, but we have enough to one-shot Stalkers anyway. They fall one after the other. Oof, even the pylon as well. Oracles, they finally do scout what's happening. GG gets called, and Cyan will take the series 2-0. GG with the unnatural Papi. He's doing his best Zerg impression. You love to see it. Love to see it. GG, well played. Congratulations to Cyan as he does advance on in the bracket. He advances on to face, ooh, another Protoss player, a Korean Protoss in Nightmare. Also one moment.